Hello, people of the internet. I'm going to plan and welcome back to the Kilmac League. It is week 14 in the league so far. We've got Dunhill going up against John Walters FC. It's bottom of the table clash. Certainly had some explosive moments. That was a very unlucky shot there from Megan Mary Dunbar. Almost went in, and she tried again, but couldn't quite do it. But anyway, this game did finish scoreless, despite the best efforts of both teams to score. But it's still somewhat entertaining, but it doesn't do much for either team going forward in this relegation battle, because no one else, no one wants to draw, But anyway, another team involved in the relegation battle was Lerico Sunflower Shop, and they were going up against Kiersey's United. Definitely not a team who anyone would pick to be relegated. But yeah, Oakham, Jonathan Shuri Mala missed a vital chance there for the Sunflower Shop boys. But they did have plenty of chances to score, and Kilmac Barbers had this goal in the back of the net, but he is offside, as you'll see in the replays. So there you go. I felt bad from there. It's a really good chance, but just can't quite take it. And then Kiersey's did eventually take the lead. Sorry, that's a different thing I'm thinking of anyway. But yeah, Batongo, he's kept out there by Rusty Morrissey. Does an excellent job there keeping the ball out. But the dam has to break eventually, and Kiersey's were determined to force their way in. This header from Batongo is his third time asking, and it's his. That's Briganshi Dagcock. I don't know why. Yeah, damn it. I sound really fucking stupid right now. But anyway, yeah. Kiersey's then went on the offensive and scored a second goal to make it 2-0. So really heartbreaking stuff. It's Briganshi Dagcock who's making his argument for a starting spot in the lineup. I should make him look less like Matongo Babongo, actually. Yeah, that pretty much summed it up. Disappointing for Atletico. They lose 2-0, and they are further compounded to the bottom of the league. Now another team, this was a bit of an annihilation, I have to say. This is possibly the most dominant performance I have seen from a single player in Kilmac League history, as Tommy Harty opened the scoring very early on. St. Declan's would be looking at themselves as a relegation battle. Dungarvan looking to get back to winning ways. They've had a massive victory against Kent in recent weeks, and this is another victory they can add to the pile. But yeah, Tommy Harty has already opened the scoring, and Dungarvan were determined to not let the score remain at 1-0. So Tommy actually scores a second goal, and if this goal doesn't go in, maybe the game is very different. But Tommy has scored 2 goals in the space of 18 minutes. And this was a really good chance for St. Declan's. Mr. Sheehan got in, and if he just directs that a little bit to the left, he'll have it curl inside the post. It's an excellent chance, but he just can't quite get it there. And then the ball is poked forward, and Tommy Harty scores his third goal, and it's possibly his best of the game. I love that finish, just, perfect. So he's already got a hat-trick in the first half, and I think that's a record. No player I remember has scored a hat-trick that fast, but that's not the only record he would break today. And heading towards half-time, you figure that Dungarvan would rest up a bit, but you're obviously not Dungarvan, because they kept going, and then they forced it in eventually at the near post, and Gemma just can't quite force it out. Creation gets the fourth goal, so it's 4-0 at half-time. It's not looking good. And in the second half, things didn't get any better for St. Declan's. Eusebio breaking down the wing, flares it into Tommy Harty, who has scored his 4th goal of the game. Now he is tied with a lot of players. A lot of players have scored 4 goals in the game, but no player has scored 5, and that was, of course, until today, as Dungarvan pitch and putt picks out Tommy with a brilliant through ball, and Tommy just finds the net, and he scores 5. That is a record. Most goals scored by a single player in a game in the Kilmac League. It is Tommy Harty with 5. Not even in the 9-1 win Centra had over John Walters did one player manage to score so many goals. But yeah, anyway, they brought on MC Pat Flynn, and he managed to score a 7th goal. They weren't done yet, by the way. 7-0. It's a fairly crushing defeat, but 8-0 is an even more crushing defeat. And Pat Flynn just hammers it home there. It's a fairly good goal. Not a goal of the season contender, but it is very good. 8-0. It's I don't know how you recover from this if you're St. Declan's. This is a fairly embarrassing defeat. It definitely has the air of starting a very, very large downward spiral. And yeah, that's not something you want to get into. But anyway, yeah, they did try and score, but there was no point in doing that. But anyway, yeah, this is the joint largest defeat with the 9-1 win Centra had over John Walters. But yeah, it's fairly crushing. 8-0. Fair play to Dungarvan, though. They definitely didn't show any mercy. Now we have Fire Station against Portlaw. Very interesting game. Yeah, once again another relegation versus title challenger sort of thing, and that's the way the table is kind of breaking up now. It's either all relegation, it's either your relegation or your relegation or title challenger. But it was the relegation hopefuls who opened the scoring with Killian Power getting a goal. A really good goal, to be fair to him. But Portlaw, as you know, don't lie down easily. They've gone behind plenty of times before to come back. So Sean Power with a nice curling effort there. Really, I don't know what else you could say about this. But anyway, yeah, then... oh shit, what am I saying? I'm hungry. But anyway, yeah, despite the best efforts of Portlaw, they couldn't break the deadlock. It's a 1-1, probably a fair result for all involved. And now we move on to the Greenway, where Greenway Rovers are going up against Kents FC. Now, last season this would have been two title challengers, but Greenway Rovers have seriously fallen off. I didn't think the players I had removed would have. I didn't think the Greenway Astros would do better, but they have. And Gary Lineker with a fantastic overhead kick to open the scoring. Really, just an excellent piece of work. But yeah. Anyway, then we have. Adolf Hitler almost scoring, but eventually it gets to Gary Lineker, who gets the second goal of the game. Gary Lineker has been very good on his return to Kent. I think he is the only legend in his second season with his current club, so that's something as well. I'm pretty sure there's one other, but I can't think of who it is. But anyway, yeah, he's doing very well, and Raoul almost does score, but yeah, it's no good. Kent's win 2-0. It's a deserved victory. Not much more I can say. Now we move on to TFR Room 55 against Domino's Pizza Zimbabwe. Once again, you know, I'll be repeating myself. But anyway, yeah, you get the idea. I do prefer the games when there's two title challengers against each other. But this week is just kind of, you know, you can't really do much about it. But anyway, yeah, TFR have a big home game next week against Kilmac Thomas AFC. So they will want to do well in this game. And they started unbelievably well. One of the fastest goals in Kilmac League history, scored by Killian Power there off that unbelievable move straight off the tip-off. And they really pressed on. You know, they had a lot of chances, but there was something wrong about them because they just couldn't find the back of the net. It's an excellent save from Mr. Mustafi there. And yeah, the tame shot there, not really much that can be done, it's just the way it is. And then another excellent save from the man who's keeping Domino's in every single game they play. And you know, TFR just kind of struggled to find an answer. So then this came in, and it's an unbelievable save. Like, how did he get up? How did he do that? That is excellent. I love seeing good goalkeeper saves, just because they're so rare. And, you know, that's the kind of thing I really love. And then Killian Power hits the post. So he did actually beat Mr. Mustafi there, but he just couldn't quite do it. And, yeah, booked there is to shoot and slide tackle is the same button, so yeah, that can get confusing. And then Domino's made Route 55 pay for all those missed chances, as Aoife O'Brien scored that goal to make it 1-1. It's an excellent goal for her. I don't know how many she scored, but she has been a good and solid player since moving to the club at the end of last season. But yeah, 1-1 the score. Disappointing for Room 55. They will need a huge result against a huge opponent next week. Kildisco and Central United is the next matchup we have in our hands. I'm not going to say it again, but you know the drill. Kildisco, and they have done better, I would say, when they're at home. You know, they do push games close, even the ones they don't win. But yeah, they were actually winning this one very early on with Gerard Muller, who's been... I think Gerard Muller has more goals than the rest of the team combined. He must have like 3 times as many goals or something. He's just been excellent. Kildisco is the team's next best forward, but he missed a crucial chance to score a goal there. Yeah, and it would come back to bite them eventually, because Centra don't lie down very easily, and Mr. Tato breaking off that pass from Dennis Bergkamp makes it 1-1 on 51 minutes. So you kind of get the feeling here that we've seen this story before. But then a ball chipped over the top. Gerard Muller has it, and he has to score, and he fires it home. And Kildisco are delighted with themselves. So yeah, they've looked to... It looks like they've secured a brilliant 2-1 victory over a massive opponent. But Centra were determined to go forward and get a point out of this at least. They didn't want to be the ones who lost to Kildisco. The defence held firm though, and Kildisco did come away with an upset 2-1 victory, but it's one they desperately need in their fight to stay up. And then we do have one between two teams. And lads, this is a very special occasion. I thought this would never happen, right? But two teams that are actually going for it, right? But this isn't what I thought would happen. Finally, after so long of trying, we finally got a goal for Zoe Ket. Look at this. The biggest deflection I think I've ever seen. I didn't think it would ever happen, but that's the way it has to happen. And lads, fair play. Everyone has scored at this stage. But yeah, then, you know, kind of high on her success, she immediately fucks it up and makes it 1-1. So yeah, I mean, I suppose it's you know, the Lord, He giveth and taketh sort of thing. Whatever. That's the way the game finished, by the way. So yeah, 1-1. I kind of you know, shot the other team in the foot and then shot yourself. So you know, I don't know what else I can say. We ended the week with a trip to the Rainbow Hall for Rainbow Hall FC against Kilmac Thomas. And league leaders Kilmac Thomas were looking to add a few more points to their already impressive points tally to get away from Kent and the rest of the challenging pack. But yeah, it's a fantastic goal already from Patrick Morrissey. One of his finest, I'd say. But yeah, I don't think this went down for goal this season. I don't know. I'll have to check. But anyway, yeah, it's a really I really do like this one. You know, yeah, probably will actually. Considering how far out he is, yeah, probably will. But yeah, it's gives Matt Connor in the goal there no chance getting to it. But yeah, it's a great way to open the scoring. And Kilmac Thomas did look to add to it. They always look to add. That's what makes them so good, and they did. With this goal, it is Sean Navin, who is getting very far forward. I don't know what he was doing so far forward, but he is there and he scored. So yeah, 2-0 the score. But Rainbow Hall, in fairness to them, they didn't just lie down and accept it. They tried to go for it, and the home side put up an impressive performance. And this tussle for the centre back doesn't go well for him, and Leah Hash is able to put it in from a really tight angle. That's a really good finish actually. So it's 2-1. But unfortunately for them, that's not enough for them to win the game. They do lose 2-1 in the end. So yeah, I'm going to wrap the video up here. I've been the man with the plan. Thank you for watching my videos. And if you'd like to see more of these likes, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Just want to say, I'll be going strong until week 21 daily uploads. So yes, do tune in every single day for your Kilmac League fix. And I will see you next time.